Hello everyone, welcome to All the Words She Wrote. Now this was developed and published by ebi-hime, thank you for sending this in, and this was released on March 8, 2022, so it's very new, at the time of this recording at least. So let's go ahead and start the game, but first let me check the options. I am a fast reader, so let me just boost that up a little bit. That looks good.
Here are your slices of lemon cheesecake. Thank you very much for your patronage. I hand the bag over to Mrs. Kimura, who accepts it. The plastic crinkles when she grips it, and the corners of her eyes crease in a motherly smile. Thank you, Mayo dear. I look forward to talking into this later, as I'm sure will Miho. This should cheer her up, if nothing else. You said she had a bad day at school? Unfortunately, she got into another altercation with Keiichi. Or rather, he got into an altercation with her. Mrs. Kimura rests a palm to her cheek and sighs. I would say that kids will be kids, but Keiichi really does take things too far. He pushed Miho off the swings, and she has quite a nasty bump on her forehead. It's a good thing she didn't cut herself. What a jerk. I scowl, upset at Miho's behalf. There were few boys like that back when I was in elementary school too. They'd pull the girls' pigtails, flip up their skirts, and throw things at them. Donuts, I hasten to add, all at the same time. They were the worst. Same here. Nina, my colleague, pipes up. She toys at the ends of her pink-haired, dyed obviously, and pulls face. Little boys can be seriously horrid. They're like total assholes. Oh my. Mrs. Kimura laughs. You should probably watch that tone of yours, Nina dear. I don't mind much, but your other customers might. I wouldn't want you getting in trouble with your boss. Oh shoot, that's a good point. Sorry about that, I was thinking. You never do you? It's really polite to bring assholes up in conversation, even if we're talking in a strictly figurative sense, but it seems especially unfitting right now. Nina and I both work at this fancy chain bakery, which is fairly popular among families. The display cabinet is full of delicate little cakes and pastries, tarts, chobuns, donuts, and the like. These cakes and pastries are all artfully arranged like something from a fairy tale. They come in pastel colors, with little rosettes of icing piped on top of them. They're the sort of desserts that look so cute, you'd feel guilty about eating them. They're way too neat and sweet to bear any relation to the particular part of the human anatomy that Nina mentioned. You should think about it before opening your mouth, Nina. All sorts of nonsense comes spewing out otherwise. Why don't you take a few tips from me? I always mind my manners. Yeah. Nina rolls her eyes. It's so incredible, Mayo. I'm proud of you. Do you want a gold star? Well, if you're offering... I wasn't, being serious. I know, you're such a meanie. I grin to show Nina that there's no hard feelings, then look back at Mrs. Kimura. I hope this cheesecake cheers Miho up anyways. I'm sure I will. This bakery is Miho's favorite, and mine. Your cheesecakes are to die for. Not literally, I hope. Aw. The little facial expression change and the little icon, it's pretty cute. And the sound effect, pretty adorable. Very adorable. Not quite. I might be getting on in years, but there's life in me yet. Mrs. Kimura laughs. She's a jovial sort of woman, and I rarely see her without a smile on her face.
Mrs. Kimura's daughter, meanwhile, is the exact opposite. Miho's a shy, retiring girl who might as well be super glued to her mother's side. She's forever hiding behind Mrs. Kimura's back whenever she accompanies her to Blue Mountain. I think Miho might be a bit afraid of Nina, what with her dyed hair and her manicured nails. But no, that can't be right. Miho hides behind her mother's back when I'm working with Sakura too, and Sakura is distinctly non-threatening. Maybe Miho is afraid of everyone, full stop. Is that why she gets picked on at school so much? Thank you for asking about Miho, Mayo. It's good of you to take an interest in her. I'm sure Miho will be happy to know that you're thinking of her. Oh, you know me, I'm a sucker for gossip. Even playground gossip? That's the most interesting kind. You'd best come back and tell us that Keiichi kid got what he deserved. His teacher should give him a stern talking to, or I'll be pissed. Nina sounds unusually fired up. She acts languid most of the time, like a cat, but she springs to life when confronted by injustices of the world, particularly those aimed against cute, innocent kids like Miho. I think Nina might make for a good superheroine. She'd definitely be the Pink Ranger. Keiichi really is an ass. Nina catches herself before she can utter another expletive. That was a close call. I mean, he's most assuredly annoying. He is quite the handful, yes. I do wish his mother would discipline him more. Have you thought about talking to her? I've tried, but I've not made much progress. She means that every slight against her son is a direct attack upon her. It's rather tiring. Mrs. Kimura sighs and shakes her head. Oh, there I go again, rabbiting on. I'm sorry for bothering you, dears. I'm sure you have more important things to attend to. It's fine, it's been a slow day. Mrs. Kimura is the only person here, other than Nina, and she doesn't count. She isn't a customer. You're not a bother at all. I appreciate it, but I really must get on. Tonight's dinner won't make itself. Oh yeah, good point. I guess I'll see you later then. Later. Goodbye, girls. I'm sure I'll be back soon enough. I can't keep away from Blue Mountain's cheesecakes for the life of me, though it would probably do me some good. Laughing, Mrs. Kimura turns around her heel to leave. The watcher departs, the bell above the door jingling as she pulls it open. With Mrs. Kimura gone, Blue Mountain feels decidedly less homey. It's strange, I ponder, that there are no other customers around at this hour. This branch of Blue Mountain is close to the train station, which means it's almost always busy. Most customers step into the store and place their orders in double quick time, all hurry, hurry, hurry. They glance at their phones while I'm bagging up their tarts and cakes, and they throw the change down the counter like they're roasted soybeans and are in the middle of Setsuban. What gives? I prop my cheek up with one hand, my elbow resting on the counter, and sigh. That was a big sigh. Are you alright? What? Oh. I brush Nina's concern aside with a wave of my hand. I'm fine, yeah. Good. I'm glad. Nina purses her lips together. If you don't have any other problems, you should help clean this place up a bit. The floor could use sweeping. Ugh. I pull a face. Do I have to? Yes, you have to. The boss will be mad if we let the store get dirty. That's such a pain. You say that about almost everything. So, not quite everything. It's near enough. Nina is right, of course. There are definitely tasks I could be tending to during this lull in business, but
If I'm being frank, I don't have the motivation.
It's a recurring problem with me. I think it started back in elementary school.
I've always been lazy. It's too late to change my ways. It's never too late. You can always change, so long as you're still breathing. Now, get to work. Nina might look like a typical party girl, what with her dyed hair and her false nails, but she takes her job surprisingly seriously. I guess it's true what they say. You really can't judge a book by its cover. You're so mean, Nina. You sound just like my mother. Does she often scold you? Not as much as she used to. It was real bad back in high school, though. Isn't that because you never did your homework? And you never studied for exams? Well, maybe. Jeez.
Nina shakes her head. Your poor mother. It's no wonder she got mad at you.
Did you take any of your classes seriously? I don't know, home economics, maybe? I've always been good at baking.
What about math or history?
Don't even get me started on those. I can't remember math equations for the life of me, or the precise date of the siege of Kanagasaki. Okay. Not that it really matters. I've been out of high school for 4 years, and I've never once needed to expand and simplify a set of brackets, let alone rattle off facts about the Sengoku era. I'm starting to suspect that mayhap my teachers and my parents are lying to me. Math is only really important if you want to be a math professor, or maybe a professional chess player, and I can't even pretend to be interested in either of those occupations. Ancient history, meanwhile, is so not my forte. I don't see how many of these old wars and rebellions from hundreds of years ago have any impact on my life. My mother always tuts when she catches me reading anything by Tsuchimi Rui. She says I should live in the real world, but in what world, I ask you, is the Sengoku era relevant? History is only ever interesting when it's presented in a bunch of easily digestible TV episodes, with all the key figures played by good-looking actors. Most of the stuff I learned at school was utterly useless, that's why it never stuck. It's all irrelevant. That's what I think, at least. But maybe I can only afford to think like this because I never intended to go to university from the get-go. I've always known I'm not academically minded. I think my teachers knew that, too, which is why they stopped haranguing me over my subpar test scores. They knew there was no point. I was already lost cause. You're not going to university, right, Mayo? Nope, my grades are shocking, and I don't mean that in a good way. I gathered as much. Forget the big-name establishments like Tokyo U. Not even the smaller, decidedly less glamorous institutions with only a few thousand students would want to take me in. My mother wanted me to enroll in a cram school and to retake my exams, but I refused. I wasn't interested, and I'm still not. That's how I ended up at Blue Mountain, though I didn't start working here right away. A bunch of other menial jobs came between that, all of them customer service. First I worked at a convenience store, then a second-hand bookstore, then over at Petit Jardin. I've had so many jobs over the last 4 years, I can't remember all of them. I'm pretty fond of Blue Mountain though. It's quite classy for a chain bakery, and the uniforms are cute. The pay's not incredible. I'm not going to be a billionaire anytime soon, but I don't mind that. Life's short, so I'd rather spend my time doing things I enjoy. Not that I love customer service jobs. They're not scintillating by any means. I like working more than I've ever enjoyed sitting at desk though, studying or listening to a teacher drone on and on. I've always enjoyed chatting to people, when they're not being unbearably rude, that is, and the money definitely doesn't hurt. I don't want to pry, but don't you have, like, any future plans? Not really. There's nothing you want to do. If there is, I haven't figured it out yet. Doesn't that worry you? Nuh-uh. I shake my head. My future problems are for the future me to solve. The present me is perfectly happy with the way things are right now. Thank you very much. Wow. Nina whistles. I'm not sure if she's impressed or perturbed by my attitude. Maybe it's a mixture of both. I was sweating bullets through my last year of high school. I had no idea what I was gonna do with myself. It was pretty scary. If I had gotten into beauty school, I'd be totally lost right about now. I need some kind of structure to my days. I start to feel all aimless. There's no way I could live like you. Nina's always making to-do lists on her phone when she whips out during lulls in the workday. She's far more organized than I am. It's quite impressive. Sometimes I wonder if my mother would have preferred me if I was more like Nina. But then I look at Nina, her tan skin, her acrylic nails, and her dyed hair, and I reconsider. My mother's almost as anal about appearances as she is actual results. I could be a nuclear physicist, and my mother would still cringe in shame if I dressed like Nina. Oh well, I'm not my mother, thank goodness, and I won't judge her. You're such a good girl. Are you sure you don't want to go a gold star? I'll pass, thanks. I'd rather you start sweeping the floor. It always comes back to that, huh? I sigh. Why'd I have to sweep the floor anyways? Because I did last time, and I took out the trash. Though I just got my nails done. You need to start pulling your weight around here, Mayo. But I deal with all the customers. And? Nina raises an eyebrow. Do you see any customers right now? Well, no, but... Then start sweeping. Oh, you really are Mimi. I look to the door anxiously, hoping a customer will trundle on in. But, of course they don't. It really is quiet today. I wonder why. It's a little after 1700, according to the clock on the wall, which is smack dab on one of our busy periods. We usually get our biggest influx of customers during the lunch period, from around 12 o'clock to 1300, and again between 1700 to 1800 when people start heading home. Maybe there was a signal failure on the KQ main line. That might explain the distinct lack of businessmen and women in their crisp black suits, desperate for something sweet to invigorate them after a busy day. Groaning, I pull myself upright, then stretch. I mean to get started on a busy work, really, I do, but... Oh! The telltale ring of the bell above the shop door makes me pause. I abandon my plans and bound back to counter, all smiles. Welcome to Blue Mountain. It's lovely to see you today. Alright, let's take a good look at this new woman. The art in this game is really cute, and the colors are very, what's it called? Warm. Yeah. Comforting. I launch into greetings, spiel my boss drilled into my head on autopilot, but my words falter once my brain registers who this customer actually is. The prospective customer is a tall, slender woman with sleek black hair, cut into fashionably feathered bob. Her eyes are made up, her lips carmine, and she's wearing a pinstripe suit. Very fashionable. She carries herself with such poise she looks a bit like a model, but I know you do not find her in the pages of any magazine. This woman is no regular to Blue Mountain, but I recognize her regardless. It's my Aunt Say. Auntie! I beam, my voice more effusive than once it was. It's been a while, it's good to see you. Mayo! Sai blinks. She looks surprised to see me here, as I am, her, but the moment passes and she soon regains her cool. If I had to use one word to describe my Aunt Sai, cool would probably be it. She doesn't let anything faze her. I've always looked up to her, ever since I was old enough to understand the concept of role model. She's the sort of adult I love to be, if only I had a motivation. It's good to see you too, dear. I didn't know you were working here. I thought you were still at Petit Jardin. Oh, I quit that job a few months back. All the screaming kids were driving me insane. I worked at Blue Mountain since February. Ah, I see. It's been a while then. I didn't think I'd be seeing you when I ducked in here. Sae smiles a dark, lipsticky smile. Maiko never tells me what you're getting up to. That's probably because she's ashamed of me. She still wishes I'd gone to university. Still? Sae raises an eyebrow. It's been 4 years. Doesn't she know you're not interested? I've told her a bunch of times, but it never seems to stick. My mother's pretty stubborn. She thinks everybody's gotta march to the beat of her drum. That sounds like Maiko, alright. She always knows what's best for everybody, or at least she thinks she does. Tell me about it. I grin. I won't let her talk me around though. I'm just as stubborn as she is, if not more. There's no way I'm going to university. It'd be a total waste. I concur. You shouldn't let Maiko push you into it, not when you're so opposed to the idea. It's important to do what you think is best for yourself. That's what I keep saying. My mother never listens to me though. Maybe you could try speaking to her on my behalf. Maybe I could. It's funny you would mention that. Sae begins to examine our selection of pastries and cakes. She places one hand beneath her chin, her black bob brushing against her jaw. Nina looks at me curiously, a crease forming on her brow. She looks lost, a third wheel in mind Sae's friendly, familiar conversation. Is this woman really your Aunt Mayo? Nina murmurs this under her breath so Sae can't hear her. You don't look at all alike. More or less, yeah. More or less? The furrow on Nina's brow deepens further still. And how does that work exactly? We're not related by blood. She's my mother's friend from university. I saw her so much as a kid she might as well be my real aunt though. That's why I call her Auntie. Ah, I see. She looks way too put together to be any relation of yours. My mother would probably be mad if she heard you saying that. Goodness me, it's hard to decide. These cakes all look so good. Sae's voice cuts through mine and Nina's whispered conversation. She raises her head, then asks me a question. Is there anything you would recommend, Mayo? Let me think. I pondered for a few moments before replying. Maybe one of the fruit tarts. They're pretty tasty. What about Maiko? Does she like fruit tarts? She does, yeah. She likes most sweet things, though she says she's on a diet. She was like that back in the university too. There's a Chinese bakery near our dorm. She frequented me almost daily. I wouldn't be surprised if she single-handedly kept that place in business. Sae smiles, amused by the memory. I suppose I'll take one of the fruit tarts to go, then a large one. Coming right up. I retrieve the large circular tart from the display unit, at Sae's behest, and box it up for her. I take great pains to tie the decorative ribbon about the box as neatly as possible. Do you need anything else? That should be everything. Thank you, Mayo. I hope you and Maiko enjoy it. Huh? I blink. What's this gotta do with us? I thought you were buying that tart for yourself. Oh, I'm sure a simple piece of it, but I didn't get this for me. It's actually a present for your mother. I was planning to stop by your house later, you see, and I thought it only polite to bring a gift for the occasion. It's been a while since my last visit. There's something I want to discuss with you, and your parents too. Will you be getting off work anytime soon? We could walk back to your house together. That'd be pretty convenient, but I still got a while until my shift's end. I don't want to keep you waiting.
It's fine. You can nod off early, Mayo. I'll cover for you.
Are you sure that's alright? If it wasn't, I wouldn't offer.
Nina rolls her eyes. Your aunt must have something important to tell you, else she would have come all the way out here. You should spend some time with her. That's more important than working for an extra half hour, especially when it's so quiet right now.
Nina!
I can feel my face flushing with happiness. I have a sudden urge to pull Nina into a big, old embrace. But I don't think she'd appreciate that. Knowing Nina, she'd probably scowl and tell me to stop being so sappy. Since hugging Nina is a no-no, I just settle for flashing Nina a peace sign, coupled with my toothiest smile.
Thanks, Nina. You're the best. I'm not doing this for free, though. I'm expecting you to cover for me the next time my boyfriend asks me on a date, okay? Okay.
I agree enthusiastically without missing a beat.
It's been so long since I last saw Auntie Say. She's been buried under an avalanche of work recently, or so I've heard. I wonder what compelled her to come all the way out here, from her fancy office in Shibuya, out to Kawasaki. It's all very intriguing. But I guess I'll find out soon enough.
I have to say, the backgrounds are quite detailed. Even like all the way back there, you can see that there's so much stuff going on. They're impressive. Sai and I walk along the street, threading our way between the crowds. My house is a 15-minute walk away, and while we could take the train, it'd be pretty crowded this time of day. It's probably faster to use our feet. Sai and I are so close, our shoulders are practically brushing. She's walking slowly, the box from Blue Mountain cradled in her arms. She's holding it carefully, almost reverently, like a mother might hold a newborn baby. I'm pretty pleased that Sai is being so protective of her purchase. The fruit tarts from Blue Mountain are really something, almost like works of art. It'd be a shame to spoil it. The tart Sai picked out has a merengue base, with sliced strawberries placed just so on top of a circular pattern. The whole thing is garnished with blueberries and whipped cream, and looks like a flower, or maybe a firework.
I can't wait to sink my teeth into it. I've been working at Blue Mountain for about 4 months now, but I don't think I'll ever get tired of their desserts. I'm partial to their sponge cakes, but the light crisp fruit tarts are perfect for the summer weather. Eh? Ah, jeez, now my stomach's starting to rumble. I must be hungrier than I thought.
Are you alright, Mayo? Sai shoots me an amused look. You're staring at the box in my hands like a starving wolf.
Are my feelings that obvious?
You're not exactly subtle. Sai smiles. I take it your job at Blue Mountain is a hungry work?
Kind of, yeah. It's tough being surrounded by cute pastries and cakes all the time without being able to eat them. We tend to get a lot of customers too, though today wasn't so bad.
When did you last eat?
Around midday, I think. That's when I had my break. It's been a while and I only had a pitiful sandwich from the convenience store. I'm starved.
We should be back soon enough. Michael will be there already, won't she?
Yeah, she doesn't work Thursdays. My mother's a part-time employee at a local elementary school. She doesn't work Thursdays or Fridays, which gives her ample time to attend to housework. She's always asking me to pitch in and lend a hand, to my chagrin. I've never liked tidying up. I don't mind helping my mother prepare breakfast, and sometimes I handle dinner myself, because I like cooking. The cleanup's torturous though. Speaking of dinner, I bet Mom will make me wait until after dinner before I can try some of that tart. She won't want me spoiling my appetite. I skipped the sidewalk with the tip of my sneaker.
And I have run out of time. But if you are interested in this visual novel, please take a look at the links down below if you want to purchase it, or maybe just read the description, or just browse around. And if you want to watch more visual novels, please do subscribe for more. Anyways, thank you, and take care.